Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Trilogy. Previously, we finished the second game, Justice for All. And what an ending that was. That final case was excellent. And now, we're here to jump right into the third and final game of this trilogy, Trials and Tribulations. Now, according to Google, the word tribulations means a time of great trouble or suffering. That's kind of grim sounding if you ask me. Well, all I know is I can't wait to see what this game has in store. Now, if I had to make predictions of what this game entails, I'd guess that maybe Mia Fey would make her move. I mean, she did go to prison vowing revenge on Phoenix and making sure that Pearl would get to where she wanted to. And by she, I mean Morgan. There's also Misty Fey, who was not mentioned at all in the second game. So, yeah, I guess my predictions lie within more members of the Fey family. As for Franziska, I'm not sure what's up with Franziska. Maybe she'll be back right away as a different person. Well, you know what I mean by different person. She learned a pretty valuable lesson at the end there. At the same time, though, I could see her pulling an Edgeworth and just coming back from the final case. In which case, I suppose Miles Edgeworth would be our regular prosecutor here? I don't know. I just don't know what this game could be about. And I'm excited to see what? Oh, maybe this game ends with Phoenix passing the torch to Apollo. I know that a man named Apollo becomes the new protagonist of the series at some point. I think beginning with the fourth game? So not this one, but I know Apollo will eventually arise, but will he be in this game? That I wonder. So yeah, I think I'll close my eyes here so I can avoid looking at the first chapter's key art. Let's get in here. I think... Okay, here we go. Huff. Huff. Hog. How did I get into this mess? Oh, someone killed a dude. Why? Why did I do that? Phoenix? That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that. Wait. What? I didn't do it? Wait, what? Wait, hold on, wait. What? Well, my mind's exploded. Okay, I was unsure who was supposed to be saying what there, but I'm pretty sure that that man who apparently Phoenix just killed accidentally was warning Phoenix about a girl. apparently Phoenix was seeing someone, and that guy was warning him about her, and Phoenix got angry and pushed him, and and now it's 5 years earlier, and Mia Fey's here, and you know what? I'm just gonna play more and see what's what, okay? I feel like my head would explode if I thought about this any more than I am, okay? Phew, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Miss Grossberg, Mr. Grossberg, good morning. I'm Miss Grossberg. He was in the first game. Oh, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. Yeah, before Mia was the legendary badass we know, I guess she was a complete newbie, huh? The text said this is her second case ever. Oh, let go of my lapels. Oh, you obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I'm Marvin Grossberg, and at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me. What, with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully, too. I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean. What? And you've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see... I mean, of course I have, I think. Oh dear. In any case, don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. Oh, wow. Wow, wait. Did we know that Mia Fey once defended Phoenix in court? Good morning there, everybody. Oh my god, this is so trippy. It's like looking into a mirror. Usually we're looking through Phoenix's eyes, but now we're looking at Phoenix. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. I just wanted to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yeah, it'll be fine, no problem. Ah! Achoo! Achoo! Oh my god. He's more like Larry Butts than the Phoenix we know. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way, I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he says. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please let go of my shirt. That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. Whoa. It's been 1 year since then, and, well, here I am again. But this time I'm going to win. For my client, and for myself. Well, okay. This is fun. Oh my god, is that how I think it is? Wow, the judge hasn't aged a day, has he? Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. Oh my god, I can't believe I just said those words. Oh, Mia! It's her! She's alive! And she's not inhabiting the body of little girls. How nice. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh my god, it is him! It's Winston Payne! What is that hair, you beautiful beast? Oh my god, what voice did I give him? Alright, let's just go for, like, the most pathetic old man ever. And the prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes. Well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Emergency? But isn't that him standing there right next to you? Yes, well... You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It will be all over soon. What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. Wow, that is a shocking resemblance to Matt Ongard. Are they related? He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. Hell, a pharma student named Swallow. Like, swallow this pill, please. Of course. It sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Oh. Well, it looks like the power line snapped. And it shocked him to death. And also there's a broken umbrella. Oh right, he was holding an umbrella, wasn't he? Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. They then called the police. That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well. The court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity has well earned, Your Honor. I assume that's sage, as in a wise sage. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought it might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will. A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause, go on. Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. Well, let's do it now. Doug's autopsy report. Okay, so it was just 2 days ago at 3 p.m. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. So why is this even a court case? Clearly the wire just broke. Oh, my... Whoa! 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 Too much info! No!
Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record. But you knew that already, didn't you?
Ah, the court record. I think I can see that by pressing tab.
All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record.
Wow. This is bringing me right back to the first case of the first game.
Take a good hard look at the data there, and think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I've got to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. Just press tab here.
Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer my question? What was the cause of death?
Electrocution. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution.
Electrocution? But how could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps?
No, but a man named Manfred would use one on him. The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there's one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently, there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood?
What do you mean? Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
That's Winston Payne for you. He is one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Evidence?
Oh, no need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record, can it?
Can it?
Oh, the profiles, of course.
Who dat? Phoenix Wright's girlfriend? What? What? Okay. Across the 2 games we have played so far, there have been numerous plot twists. But Phoenix Wright actually having a girlfriend? What? Really? Really? Wow. Phoenix Wright's girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne, dated the victim, Doug Swallow, up until 8 months ago. Oh boy. Dahlia Hawthorne. Wow. So apparently Doug really wanted to warn Phoenix about her. Well... Wow, okay.
Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Greybeard's face.
Yes, sir. Into old Greybeard's face.
Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady.
Mia, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles with evidence with tab, so be sure to go over it all.
Now then, let's see what you've got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim?
Why, that would be their mutual, lady friend. Oh, wow. That was her voice, huh? Mia's voice? Huh. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here.
Dahlia Hawthorne, is it?
Very good, Miss Fey. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in the story.
He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness.
If it pleases the court, the prosecution would like to call Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What? The defendant himself? Well, Miss Fey?
It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection.
Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. This is so trippy.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect.
No, he means what did you do before you were arrested?
Oh, achoo, achoo, achoo. I was a university student. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student, Doug Swap. What? But I didn't do it. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm telling you I was... Achoo, achoo, cough, cough, achoo, achoo.
Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his call to the rest of us?
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim.
Right away, Your Honor. He's so young and cute. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. How'd you know he was a British wannabe?
I see. So you hardly knew the victim.
Right. Like I said, I'm not a killer. Phew. Looks like the judge understands.
You're being naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be? This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination?
He's right. And it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions.
Contradictions?
If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record.
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Even if he is your client, in court all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now... that there was a lie? A contradiction?
Now then, your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fey.
Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you?
The victim and I. Alright, let's press everything.
Well, I guess we don't have to press anything because the game's just tutorializing contradictions. All I did was find his body. Right? Is that so? Well, I guess we don't have any evidence that would prove otherwise. Hardly knew the guy to begin with. Never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Let's press that. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. That's right. I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Achoo! Well, Mr. Wright? No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear.
Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt.
Oh.
Did you see it at the crime scene? Oh, that's not Phoenix. That's Mia. God damn it, force of habit. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. I swear I didn't do it. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night.
May I ask you something, Miss Fey?
Yes, Your Honor. What is it now?
Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow? Oh my god.
The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag.
Oh, I see. So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right?
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now?
Mia, there is a contradiction here.
Mr. Grossberg.
Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean.
Okay, Mia, check the court record carefully.
Alright. I can handle myself.
1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definitive proof.
Okay, Mia. One more time from the very beginning of his testimony.
Now. No, he doesn't have anything on the back of his shirt.
Nope. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to press it. Ah! Damn it.
My press and court record buttons are right next to each other. I think I've said that before after a similar accident happened, but... that was a lot of dialogue to skip through. Okay.
Are you certain you saw the Union Jack?
Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Fey, is there some point to this line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket. The Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me.
Please forgive me. Mia, you've made our client cry.
Let him. That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway.
What does it stand for?
What does it stand for? I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Uh-oh, did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but... Was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Hey, wait a second. How do you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X? Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. You lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Mr. Wright, shall I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene.
Oh. It's in Phoenix's hand. Not Phoenix's. In Doug's hand. Uh-oh. Wait, the watch. That... Okay, it's upside down. So that reads... just after 3. Ah. Okay, so... yeah, that lines up. Oh, what's this? In the victim's hand, it's Cold Killer X.
Objection!
Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment.
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright.
Order in the court.
Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence.
Very well. The court will accept them into the record.
Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken.
Broken?
Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? This is really bad.
Oh, my buttocks. My poor hemorrhoids.
Why would they write that? Why would they make me read that with my own 2 eyes? Ah. The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 o'clock we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. I'd been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days, but I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident.
Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously.
Achoo! 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 I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible.
Miss Fey, please begin your cross-examination.
Oh, please, Mr. Wright. Don't tell any more lies.
Oh, Phoenix.
The truth is, I went because he called me.
Hold it!
Have you ever met the victim before then? No, never. But that day, he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly.
And this Dolly person is?
It's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. Oof.
Oh, what was that for, Mia?
Oh, I'm so sorry, I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden.
Okay.
Dahlia Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is.
So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see.
He was in the pharmacology department, so we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building.
Hold it!
Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Yeah, and we were both there right on time.
You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct?
Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU.
An alchemist, I see.
I gotta admit it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man.
What do I do? We should ask him about more details. Yeah, about the pharmacology department. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity. That's right. And they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah. There were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. We talked for a bit, and then at around 3 o'clock we split up. So what was it you were talking about? You know, but you cough. That maybe we should hang out again sometime. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. So you say you went back? Yeah. That's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Oh, well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Achoo! Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. I'd been taking cold cooler extra the last 2 or 3 days. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of the year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. Ouch! Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. Is Mia jealous?
I think that's enough for now. So the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death. And then the defendant returned to the scene for some unknown reason.
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle earlier.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl.
However, there is one mystery that still remains.
There is, Your Honor.
How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct?
Well, that is, You are correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose.
I think we can, yeah.
Your Honor,
Yes, Miss Fey?
I believe that if I were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Humph, of course I know that. Actually, I'd totally forgotten about that.
Now then, Miss Fey, let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. Why, the first photo.
Look at that sparking wire, it's so obvious! As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well.
What? But there is nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Fey, where exactly in this photo is the murder weapon?
Okay, the absurdity of this. Wouldn't the first responders realize that, hey, there's a freaking loose wire? Hello?
Well,
Naturally, it's right here.
that's... What is that?
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
So then, the high voltage cable?
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high-voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant. Achoo!
That much is certainly true.
No, it was clearly an accident. Hello? Yes, and that's not all. We have proof.
What?
Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer.
You do? Well, what is it?
His fingerprints.
Fingerprints? You mean the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides a medicine bottle?
Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well.
Oh.
Pushed him into the wire, I guess. You mean... Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand.
What?
I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable.
Order. That's enough. I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done.
Mr. Grossberg.
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Your Honor.
At this time, I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. Do you have something further to add, Miss Fey?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't. I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Fey, no matter what it is, you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything. Cough, cough. Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further... Cough. I did it. I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow was dead. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your own sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it. Don't talk about her like that.
Oh, what you just said, was that the truth?
Yes. I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are.
But please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. It'll be okay, won't it, Miss Fey? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
Oh, it feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake.
Goodbye. I'm going. I'm just getting up. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Alright, okay. Let's pretend this never happened. Okay, well, I think I want to end this here, even though I think the end is reasonably in sight for this first little tutorial case here, but I don't exactly want a repeat of the first episode for the second game where I went like 2 hours. So I'm gonna cut it here just a little early. So this is a very fascinating flashback. It's a little insight into Phoenix's past. He apparently killed someone by pushing them. And I guess it must have been an accident. He surely didn't want the person to die, but even still. Wow. We also are getting insight into what goes on in Mia Fey's head. back here, she was uncertain of herself. She was still learning. It's pretty cute. It reminds me a lot of Phoenix in the early days of the first game. Huh. So, yeah, I am very intrigued with this Dahlia Hawthorne person. Something tells me that she will become important later on in this game, maybe resurfacing back into Phoenix's life, because surely they split up at some point between now and the start of the first game. Very interesting indeed. This mysterious Dahlia Hawthorne, who Doug died to warn Phoenix about for some reason. Well, I have long thought that this series is at its most interesting when it's delving deep into the main characters. And that's as in Phoenix and the Fays and Miles Edgeworth and all the other recurring characters like Gumshoe and Franziska. Not so much the returning witnesses like Lotta Hart and Oldbeg. I don't really care too much for them, but yeah, I guess I am very happy to see all this happen. All the stuff we're learning. So, yes, I am excited to see what happens next. We'll finish up this first case and maybe, just maybe, see what's up with the intro for the second case. So, this has been Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. Oh, it feels nice to say that finally. And I've been Zephyr the Jester. I thank you for watching, and hopefully I will catch you next time. So until then, please take care.